In the heart of human history, the year 610 AD marks a pivotal moment, the time when Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, received the first divine revelation in the Cave of Hira. This event not only marked the beginning of the Prophet's mission, but also initiated profound social, cultural, and moral changes in the world. Islam, with its message of justice, equality, and compassion, taught humanity how to live together and respect each other's rights. This religion rapidly spread across the Arabian Peninsula, and then throughout the world, leaving deep impacts on culture, science, and art. From the scientific advancements during the Golden Age of Islam to the promotion of human and ethical values, Islam is recognized as a positive force in human history. Today, over 1 billion Muslims around the globe adhere to the teachings of this faith, and its influences continue to be felt in daily life and various communities. In the 6th century AD, Arabia, as a dry and desert land, faced numerous social and cultural challenges. Tribalism and intertribal rivalries were prevalent in this land, and people placed more importance on loyalty to their tribe than on human and ethical principles. In this society, social and economic inequalities were deeply felt, with wealth concentrated in the hands of a few. One of the serious issues of this era was the status of women. In many tribes, girls were seen as a burden, and in some cases, due to the fear of shame and dishonor, they were buried alive. This horrific practice reflected the lack of respect for women's rights and their human value. Women in this society were deprived of their basic rights and were regarded as insignificant beings. Additionally, idol worship and superstitions were widespread among the people. Each tribe worshipped its own specific idols, leading to conflicts and religious tensions. In these circumstances, the Prophet of Islam emerged with a message of monotheism and justice, teaching people how to break free from these darknesses and move toward light and truth. These social and cultural backgrounds provided a suitable foundation for the emergence of the message of Islam and profound changes in Arabian society. With the advent of Islam, human and ethical values returned to the community, and women gained their rights. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was born into a noble and respected family in Mecca. From a young age, he was known for his honesty and trustworthiness. People called him Al-Amin, the trustworthy, and placed their trust in him. He engaged in trade during his youth, always adhering to ethical principles and honesty. These qualities made him a role model in society. I say in previous video, in his middle years, the Prophet turned to contemplation and worship in the Cave of Hira. This cave, located on Mount Nur, provided him a place to reflect on social and spiritual matters, away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. One fateful night, while he was engaged in worship in the Cave of Hira, the angel Gabriel descended upon him and revealed the first verses of the Quran. This historic moment not only marked the beginning of the Prophet's mission, but also represented a turning point in human history. Initially, the Prophet felt fear and insecurity from this revelation, but with the support of Khadijah, R.A., and his faith in his divine mission, he gradually embraced this great calling. He taught the people how to believe in God and liberate themselves from oppression and inequality. This event not only showcased the honesty and trustworthiness of the Prophet, but also initiated a monumental social and cultural movement in human history, the effects of which continue to this day. After receiving the revelation in the Cave of Hira, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, gradually began inviting people to Islam. He initially reached out to his family and close relatives, then turned to his friends and neighbors. With honesty and compassion, the Prophet introduced the principles of Islam to the people, emphasizing values such as monotheism, justice, and mercy. However, this invitation faced numerous challenges. The Quraysh, who held power in Mecca, were deeply concerned about this new message. They feared that the Prophet's invitation would undermine their authority and influence. As a result, They exerted intense pressure on the Prophet and his followers, even subjecting some of them to harassment and persecution. Despite these challenges, the Prophet continued his mission, and the first Muslims joined him. Among the earliest converts were Khadija, R.A., the Prophet's wife, Ali, R.A., his cousin. These individuals, with strong faith and determination, stood by the Prophet and worked to promote the message of Islam. The Prophet's invitation to Islam not only led to social and cultural changes in Arabian society, but also gradually resulted in the spread of this religion across the world. Despite the challenges and hardships, the Prophet and his followers persevered with faith and resilience, and the number of Muslims continued to grow. The mission of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was not only a religious transformation, but also a profound social and cultural change in the history of humanity. With the advent of Islam, principles such as justice, equality, and compassion were introduced to society. This religion taught people that all human beings are equal and that no one is superior to another, regardless of race, gender, or social status. One of the significant impacts of the Prophet's mission was the improvement of women's status. Islam granted women rights that were unprecedented at the time. They gained the right to own property, receive education, and participate in society. These changes gradually elevated the position of women in society, allowing them to be active in social and economic life. Additionally, by emphasizing ethics and good behavior, the Prophet helped create balanced and empathetic communities. Islamic teachings instructed people on how to treat one another and respect each other. These principles contributed to reducing tensions and conflicts in society, fostering an atmosphere of solidarity and love. The effects of the Prophet's mission were not limited to Arabia. This message spread across the world, leading to positive changes in various communities. Today, over 1 billion Muslims around the globe adhere to the teachings of this religion, and its influences continue to be felt in daily life and in diverse communities. If you are also seeking a way to improve your life and your community, I invite you to embrace Islam and benefit from its teachings. Islam, with its message of love and mercy, can be a path to achieving peace and happiness in your life. Dear friends, in the upcoming video, I want to talk to you about the challenges that Muslims faced in spreading Islam. Stay with me.